What is good, y'all? SGG family, it's your boy SmooveGotGame, aka GM Smooth, back with another Detroit Tigers rebuild here on MLB The Show 23, man. I've seen a lot of new faces on the channel here recently. Welcome to the family. Hope you guys are enjoying the content. Make sure you guys share it out where you share cool and funny stuff. Share it in them MLB Reddit posts, MLB The Show Reddit posts, Detroit Tiger Reddit posts. I don't care where y'all share it out, but let's get this family grown up, man, and let's show some love to the rebuilds as we get right back to it, man. And we're seeing one of the best year twos that you could ever want in a rebuild. We've turned this team completely around in one offseason. I didn't even make playoff ready moves, or at least what I consider to be playoff ready moves. I didn't spend big money. I went and bought in a couple key pieces to bandage up a couple spots until our minor league guys were ready to, fulfill those roles, and they have done their jobs greatly. As far as our young guys that have already been up on the roster too as well, they've been performing good. Matt Manning was somebody I had my eyes on as a potential really good player for us. And you can see right now the season 11-3 at 2.62 ERAs, literally looks very strong outside of Tariq Skubal in the rotation and Luis Severino. So today we will be getting into the draft, though, as you guys know, as well as the All-Star weekend. So we will first be handling the draft, then we'll go ahead and get into All-Star weekend, maybe a couple full games to get to the end, maybe go ahead and hit the trade deadline. We'll see. But to start things off, the year 2024 first year player draft. I hope this time I did my due diligence. As you can see where the board lies right now, you see Buster Kennan wasn't somebody I wanted to focus on. I honestly doubt he'll probably still be there at our pick at number 3. If he's number 1 on the draft board, I doubt we'll be able to see him, but I'll add him to the queue just in case. There's Alfredo Torres, a guy that I wanted to look at as starting pitcher as well, just because he has good ratings here. His per nines are all really strong for the future. Good strikeout, good walk, good home run, good hits per nine, all going to be in the mid to upper 70s, 80s. Good control and break. Not much velo though. He'll have good stamina, but somebody to also watch out for as well would be the guy that next to him, Joel Maryville. Maryville? I think that's what we'll call him, Joel Maryville. He's third on our board, so those are the top 3 guys on our boards though right now, all those starting pitchers. He's got a 73 to 96 potential rating. He's got really good velo, really good per nines as well. So he's somebody I got my eyes on. Danny Dietz, somebody that I have my eyes on at second base. We wanted more fielding presence, not just getting a whole bunch of pitchers, because we did load up on 4 of them in the last draft. Todd Odom, I got 100% scouted. I'm just not 100% sold on the skill sets. Way too random, way too one-sided on his hitting, so I'm not going to put him on the board. Sean Estrada is somebody that can be put on the board though, although it is kind of one-sided. It's one-sided with both of them being good and giving me a very wide range of skill sets. Now, catchers were somebody that I was hoping to get somebody in this draft just in case. Eric Costa is getting older, and we don't really have a whole bunch of young talent anymore since Dylan Dingler's development got moved down basically to C from B. But there wasn't too many high options, so nobody's going to force me to probably try to take them at number 3. Maybe just mid-round picks. First base, Javier Fuentes, very intrigued by him. Very good contact, very good vision. He's going to go on the board too as well. Lewis Green, a power bat. Something that I've noticed that I haven't really looked too deep into. I haven't looked at specific kinds of players. I've just been looking to basically BPA, best player available. Are you good in a wide range of categories? I'm not looking for specific skill sets yet, but as we start to round up this team, I might start to look for stuff like that. Guys that are really good at power, guys that are really good in the field, guys that are really good at contact, like Fernando Gonzalez is here. And we got our queued up draft board right here, ready to go ahead and get into yet another year of drafting. So you guys know how it goes. First 3 picks are gonna be real flashy, and we get to be one of those yet again because the season last year was so bad. But the Royals and Rockies will pick before us. So just wanted to kind of get a final look on who we would want here. Alfredo Torres, I like his per nines, but I like that Maryville actually has good velo and good break and good control, as well as having similar compared per nines and stamina as well. So the ceilings for both are pretty good, but I'm gonna go ahead and move Joel Maryville just up above him. So if it comes down to it and Buster Kennan's gone, Joel might be the pickup there. So with the number 1 overall pick in the MLB 2024 first year player draft, it is, man, I wish they showed names a little bit sooner. I cannot tell who that is. Sean Estrada, 11th on our board, 2nd overall on the MLB board, goes number 1 in this draft. Has pretty good potential. He probably won't be around A. We have him 100% scouted, so he's probably gonna be a B potential player, but coming with decent overall. Could start immediately. That could be exactly what the Royals need. Now, number 2, it looks like the Colorado Rockies will go ahead and select Joel Maryville, who was 3rd on our board, 35th on the draft board just jumps all the way up to number 2 in the Rockies. So obviously they were high on him too as well. And this comes down to our third pick. Do we want to go with another starter that has high upside? We only have him 10% scouted, so we don't even know how accurate some of this stuff is. But I'm loving the greens. I'm loving the blues that I'm seeing. I'm loving the fact that he actually has fielding ability. And the potential gives me between a B and an A range with the ability to come in and start out probably at that 70 range too as well. But like I said, 10%, we don't know how active that is. Danny Diaz, though, we have him 100% scouted. We know it's going to be B to A. We're hoping for that A because there's enough wiggle room there. Very good contact, good vision. Power is going to be about average. Fielding is not going to be that much of a difference maker, but it will be a switch-handed bat that can come into the lineup and potentially put in some work for us. So it's a question of, do I think I can get a starter later? I do, because we're going to go right now. Danny Diaz, second baseman. I can't remember what region he was out of, so I can't say like what region or what's makeup of school or where he went to. We're going to say my boy went to USC, University of Southern California. And he plays third base and shortstop too as well. Now, as we go through the rest of the first round, I did want to point out some of our other top prospects or guys that we had made known throughout the season where they're going. Todd Odom here to the Baltimore Orioles at number 9. Looks like they think they got somebody good. Buster Kennan ends up going at 11. So that's quite a slide back, being that he was number 1 on the draft board, number 1 on our board. Alfredo Torres, who was number 2 on our board and 13 overall, goes 14 to the Angels. You see Javier Fuentes goes a little bit later on in the round, so they got them a good first base prospect out in Milwaukee. And we're just going to go ahead and skip to our pick now at number 2. I'm kind of cycling through, trying to add some more people to my obviously my queue. You know, it's kind of funneling out. We had a lot of guys prepared for the top of the draft, not so much in the back end. But now that we got all of our guys kind of looking through, we're seeing some of the guys that's been taken up to this point. What do we want to do with this second round pick? Steve Chavez is number 1 on my board here. I wanted to get another starter that could have high upside. Only 60% scouted, but very good chance that he could be an A potential pitcher. Not going to come in starting out blazing. He's probably going to be a 50. But good per nines. It's not going to be a strikeout guy. Good velo, good control. And I think I really like what he produces. He's 21 years old too as well, so a little bit more seasoned. So we will go ahead and make him the number 2 pick of our draft. Number, 44 overall. As we go ahead and get into the competitive balance rounds now, going for round number 3, starting to get thin on players that we like. A lot of the guys that I like to, I notice have just very high contact. There's not a lot of power guys in this draft. They were either defensively focused or contactly focused. And then another thing I try to pay attention to is our draft board rank. I do try to get them somewhere around there because like if I can hold back and wait, then I want to do that. But here, he's 69 on our board, 95 overall. 70, it's the 72nd pick. I gotta go ahead and take him now. He might be taken later. Not gonna have high potential at all. I mean, at the best, we're hoping for a B, but he'll come in, it looks like, with a semi-good overall and could be just a solid player in general, just solid role player, solid bench player. Somebody that can play either maybe as like a DH every day because the contact's so high, or just come in and make spot in starts and just keep up production throughout the rotation. Now, you see here in round 3 at pick number 79, the only 2 people left on my board. One of them has like glitched out. Lewis Green did get picked in the first round. He's just not gone off my board for whatever reason. But we didn't have anything for these middle selections. You saw the 2 guys that we did have are closer to picks like 139 and 169 later. So I have to find other guys that I would feel comfortable with in this range. And here I found Mariano Valenzuela, 99 on our board, but has very good walk, home run per 9, control, velo, break, all those in the blues and greens. So if I'm gonna take a chance with only 20% scouted, I'm gonna try to swing and miss with a relief pitcher. So you see here, Santiago Neve, 63 on our board though. Do I think that this starting pitcher can wait, or do I think a reliever can wait? You see the strikeout per 9 is gonna come in on fire. You see that green, and then it turns into blue. I think that's a slam dunk pick right there, around number 3, pick number 79. So we're gonna go with another starter and hope he turns out just a little bit better. 78 overall on the MLB board, but I think we have 2 good starters. And of course, just like last year, we did 2 as well. We get 2 more this year. Even though I wanted it to be fielding focused this time, I get some guys actually in the lineup, some bats. There wasn't too many options, especially on the back end. You see, I'm still looking at Julio Salazar there, but just a little bit later. Now I'm going back to my relievers to see if any of them are still left that has at least good strikeout per 9. If your walk per 9 is low like that one, I'm okay with it. There's Eric Drew here who has good strikeout per 9 and walk per 9, but the hits is low. And you're only coming in for an inning or 2. So would I rather you walk a couple dudes but still get the strikeouts, or would I allow you to give up a couple hits? So I ended up going with Chris Amaros here. Chance at 91 potential will probably end up just being a B guy, but hopefully his overall isn't as low as 40, and he comes in with some oomph. Tua's overall. Now, here at pick number 139, it's time to go ahead and take care of somebody that wasn't even ranked on the board, but came up pretty high for us, Julio Salazar. Look at the range. I mean, it's only 30%, but 81 to 98. That's a very good chance to at least potentially get an A potential player. And especially this late in the draft, that would be amazing. So we're going to go ahead and take him here with pick number 139. Then we come back for pick number 169. It's very easy here. I wanted to get another catcher. This is my only option pretty much at this point. We're just going to hope he works out. He's got very high on his potential range, not very good attributes, only 10% scouted. So we'll see what he's able to come up with. He was somebody that wasn't even ranked, and he's at 195. So I don't feel too bad picking him here at 169, and we'll give him a chance. Now, remember, I don't have to sign these guys. If they turn out to be booty cheeks when I, do this scouting for the next, 21 weeks, 24 weeks, we just won't sign him. And he just won't be a part of the team. We'll go back into the drafting pool, and somebody else will try to get him next year. Or he'll get another chance to get himself better. So what we'll spend the next part of the episode on is the All-Star games. I missed out on the Futures game. I should have went and played it. I thought I'd be able to play it after the draft. I didn't want to miss the draft to go play the Futures game. But next year, we'll remember that. Play the Future game first before the draft. And we'll go ahead and simulate this last game. As we get the victory 5-1, and wanted me to go in for another hitting streak, as a kill by dude's been on like so many of those this season. He ends up extending it here with the 1-for-3 day. We get 10 hits as a total team though. 2 RBIs from Verling and Meadows, and Joey Wentz getting a very good start here. 6 innings, 1 earned run. That's how you close out the first half of the season. Now, first thing we do is come check out the home run derby, and Jonathan Scope just barely misses out on it. 21 home runs was the cut, and I wanted to see how close he was. So we go take a look at the home run leaders, and he's actually tied for 6th with Anthony Santander with 20. Just 1 or probably 2 more home runs is probably what he needed to go ahead and extend up into that next level. So we'll be kicking things off down at the AA All-Star game. You see Luis Hidalgo will be one of our pitching representatives, the only pitching representative actually, and Jace Jung will be making it as well. See great progression from him. Steele Walker, great progression from him as well. And then George Workman, shortstop, D potential, 61 overall, showing good pop this season. He ends up making it too as well. So that's 4 representatives, and I think Colt Keith actually is on our roster too. I forgot to freeze and look at his stuff, but that should be 5 representatives from our team down at the AA All-Star game. That's got to give you some high hopes, some high praise, and maybe it's the start of a comeback for Jace Jung, who I thought would be able to take over the second base role. Probably not by year 2. I was hoping to maybe make him a September call-up by this point, though. But as of right now, he's still down at AA. I don't even know if he's going to get the call-up to AAA to end the season. But he at least made the All-Star game in here with a 2-1 count. Nice lined rocket right to second base, though. But I really had to have major plans for him. Steele Walker and George Workman, of course, haven't been in my plans. But as you can see there, Walker gets a walk. Workman gets a walk in their first 2 at-bats. But haven't been big implementations of my plans. Don't have any kind of roles for them. Maybe just minor league guys for their career. They're filling some roster spots, but as of right now, no aspirations to get them to the major league level. Now, I know my dude Morris Jones would have been in this All-Star game if he was healthy, but unfortunately he missed the last, a month or 2 months due to injury, so he should be coming back soon. He should be coming back this month though. So that'll be great hopes for the AA team. As a base hit up the middle, maybe throw over to first base and not be in time. Great base hit there, way to leg it out. Jace Jung making something shake here in the All-Star game. Now, Steele Walker will be up right behind him. Still has not had an official at bat yet. So he gets the bat off the shoulders and pops this one shallow in the right field, right into a glove. Not able to move forward. We skip ahead here as it is Smith Njibga. Man, did he just get drafted as a receiver? No, I'm just playing the wrong dude. But rounds into a double play there. We go ahead and get out of the 3rd inning there. As still, I think we are down. No, we're up 2-0. I believe we're up to, I don't know. When you get down to these minor league and AAA teams, I don't know who's on whose side. It looks like we are down. So we were down 2-0. Now we're down 2-1. But Jace has a bases loaded 2-out situation here against Kent Emanuel. 21 pitches already into this game. So you got to imagine he'll probably be coming out soon, especially if we're able to get a hit in. And that slider could have been in. It could have been deadly. Tries to come back with another one way off the plate. We're going to watch that one go by. Barely chopped that on the ground, but it will go foul. It's now up to the line for 1-2. We've seen nothing but sliders. Will we see one more? We will. This one gets past the first baseman, but the second baseman there with a good recovery throws over to second base for the easy play. Unfortunately, not able to get any more runs out of that inning. And of course, you only get 3 at bats. So after this point, I'm expecting guys to start getting subbed out and move on. You see Walker gets another, or not Walker. Yeah, Walker gets another walk there. They're exploding in their inning. They've gone on 3-1. Workman gets a solo home run. Of course, one of the only highlights of this double A experience isn't even me. But he's able to pull out a solo home run here in the All-Star game. And we'll get a little bit of fielding action here over at second base. Bases loaded, top of the 7th, only 1 out. We are up 3-2, so can we make something shake here? This will be on the ground right to him. This should be an easy turner double play over the shortstop for 1, the first for 2. Got him. And now they ended up subbing him out. That is him as in Jace Jung. So still Walker, though, stays in the ball game. So we're able to get a at bat in with him. Bottom of the 7th, 1 out. Runner at first, or no outs, runner at first base. As we get to see what the bat looks like from him. Another lefty here. Good contact. Decent power. Good vision. This is flied out to right field, though. Right to the outfielder yet again. Might be a pull hitter because that's 2 hits, too, that have gone to right field. And we skip ahead in inning with 1 out, bottom of the 8th. Win expectancy pretty low, but Gage Workman is having an all-star game. 2 for 2 with a solo home run. It's exactly what you want to see here. As this is chopped on the ground, it's a changeup over to third base. He'll glove it. Throw goes over to first. And he's got him out at the plate. As we continue our way through this double A game, we actually got Luis Hidalgo getting a chance here in the top of the 9th. Obviously, you know, not a save situation, but still can at least show what he's able to do. You know, we picked him up in free agency as just a closer that had a decently low overall, was young, and had A potential. So I thought he could, you know, at least see what he could do, see if he's able to make good progression as he gets a strikeout there. And he's done pretty good at the double A level. I think I'm surprisingly impressed. He's got a lot of development points going up, and maybe could see himself going up to AAA soon. I don't know. Only time will tell, and what the AAA closer is doing. If he's going to need to get moved down, are we going to let him go? Keep recycling through younger? I don't know, because our closer, Alex Lange, I don't think he's that old, but age is a factor of that position. So we got to make sure we're having the sharpest of the sharp there. So we almost get the double play to go ahead and end things here, as Jalen Davis will come up with just 2 outs left. Then we're going to check his swing on that curveball. That break looked pretty nasty. Almost reminded me of the screw curve that Alex Lange has. So we go down 0-2 here. Swing and a miss at that curveball, just looking too filthy. As we're able to go ahead and have a great performance there, man, and get out of that game. As you can see, not too many subs on our side, but we had a couple hits in there from Workman and Jace, and then a great start out, or great relief work out of the bullpen. Now I come over here to the MLB All-Star game, and I see that we only have 1 All-Star, and you can probably guess who it is. It is Jonathan Scope. Yes, that's right. Noah Kilbadu, just Jonathan Scope as the backup third baseman. So I went to go look at some of the voting. Badu finished 3rd in left fielders. Riley Green finished 4th in center fielders. So unfortunately, not really seeing much. You see Austin Meadows finishing 5th there for right fielder. So only 1 person, and he's a backup. We decided to just go ahead and simulate that. You see the AL ends up winning, and we'll put all of our attention, at least for the rest of All-Star Weekend, into AAA ball. As you can see, I'm kind of looking through, seeing who we have as far as our players go at this point. You know, still relatively new to the names. I did recognize Garrett Hill there as our only pitcher that ended up making the All-Star game. And then, of course, Keith Clemens. He's gone up to a full 76 overall now, so up a whole full overall point, and had an amazing season. So, you know, we had to play a lot with him, batting .325, 11 home runs, 33 RBIs. I think it's a full guaranteed lock that he's coming up for the spring. Now, I don't know if I want to call him up now and early. You know, call somebody else down, waste an option. I feel like that's a waste. Might as well just wait for spring. We're playing good at the major league level as well. I mean, we don't necessarily need him to come up and be a good person right now, but could be somebody that replaces Javi Baez if he keeps continuing to play this good. That's a lined rocket right to the outfielder, though. Unfortunately, first at bat in the All-Star game, not going his way, but he will come back up here in the bottom of 3rd. Similar situation, runner at first, 1 out, and the international All-Stars are down 3-1 to the Pacific League All-Stars. Here's this time we are wearing blue, and he's facing off against Hunter Brown to go ahead and get things started. And yeah, I think he's somebody that could replace Javi Baez. The defense is okay. His bat is good. The contact, obviously, you see is there, batting well over 300 this season. The power's even there a little bit with 11 home runs. That's a base hit on the ground. Shortstop will dive and grab it and throw his man off the bag. So no hit there, but it will be an E6 that allows us both to get on 1st and 2nd. And the inning will continue with 2 outs. And we are going to get this ball right up the middle, get right past them, and that is another base hit. Runner's going to go to the corners as we slide in safely. 2 outs, runners at the corners, and we get this within a 1-score lead. Now let's see if they can bring Keith on home here. 1-2, chopped on the ground to third base. Makes the easy play over to first, though. So not able to come around and score, but able to make some noise there a little bit. And unfortunately, we end up losing 5-3. Not much was shown from him. He didn't have the best all-star weekend as well, but there's kind of showing off some of our all-stars, some of the future of the team, and somebody that y'all could see come up very, very soon. As you can see, I wanted to check in on the team real quick and see that our pitcher go ahead and come in as Kevin Hill, and I do not see him making an appearance, so unfortunately he wasn't able to participate in All-Star Weekend. It's okay. It's everybody's favorite time of the year though, and it's time to sign those rookies. And before we get into that, I do got to change up my rotation. I remember I said after All-Star Weekend we would move Joey Wentz down to the 5, get Luis Severino to the starting point, and start over that way with our rotation, since now we know Tariq Skubal is going to miss the entire rest of the season. Now if we make the postseason, I think he would be able to come back in time. But I also want to make a couple roster moves here, just a couple minor league moves, guys that are playing good at AA, guys that are playing bad at AAA. After the All-Star Weekend, Gage Workman will work his way up to AAA, as well as for the pitching, man. Kevin Castro, I think he's done a great job at AA. It's time that he got the call up to AAA too as well. And we're going to move down actually a reliever, and that is Matt Stram. That trade did not work. It did not turn out in our favor. It has not done anything good for us at this point. So unfortunately, he's gonna have to go down to AA, and we'll probably just not sign him back. Now, when it comes to signing our draft picks, we have a couple guys that are 100% scouted, so I don't have to worry about pushing them forward anymore. We just got to worry about their interest, and a lot of them have really high interest. You see, Danny Dietz, the guy that we got with the 3rd overall pick, he has 64% of his interest into us. So I'm definitely going to make this trade offer to him. He wanted, I think it's $8 million. They said the slot value was 7.9. We end up giving him 8.2, and he accepts the offer. So that's easy. One person down. And I come back into it. I'm trying to look for guys that I know I'm going to sign first. That way I'm not wasting weeks on them. We only have, like a total of 7 weeks or 7 attempts to do all this, 21 days. So I want to try to get everybody out that I can. Fernando Gonzalez, the 3rd baseman that we got, 69% interest here. We raise up the money just slightly up to $720,000 in his first year. And he will be able to sign up with the team. So now we just have 5 guys left to kind of worry about. And of course, some people have great interest like Kevin Acosta here, but just no scouting. You got people that have no interest like Chris Amaros here with 36% interest, 20% scouting. So we got some work to do to go ahead and get these things built up. Steve Shavitz will be the first person that we put on, as well as I'm gonna come up with a better way to pronounce the name. I know I'm gonna be saying it wrong. Santiago Nieve and Julio Salazar are gonna be our first 3 that we go ahead and put in rotation here to work on their scouting, but also work on the interest. See, 2 of the 3 of them there are in the 40s. So we'll be simulating, not jumping in any critical situations unless it's anything too major. You see Matt Verlin gets out with another injury, but they just want to extend but dude's hitting streak, so nothing to worry about there, as we gotta automatically fix a couple lineups. And the Mariners actually offering a trade here. Drew Jones, center fielder for Akil Baddoo. So I'm already off rip saying no to this, but then I see he's a potential 72 overall center fielder. Now we do have Riley Green out there, but the outfield, you can move to right field, you can play right field, or maybe I move Riley Green over to right field. But I'm looking at Austin Meadows. I mean, he's the older one of the outfield. He's at 28. He's got B potential. Like, he's only 74 overall. He's playing okay this season. And Drew Jones has been putting up some good numbers. I mean, batting 182, but he's got good development so far this season. So I go and make a personal addition to the trade. I give them Austin Meadows. I'm willing to give up Parker Meadows, and as well as Seth Stevenson, man. And I go ahead and make this trade offer to them. They accept it. So we give up 3 to get 1, but this is a very, very good outfield project that could help us out. And I'm moving him down to AAA. He will not play at the major league level. He will finish things out at AAA for us, and we'll move Kerry Carpenter into the starting rotation or starting lineup to go ahead and help out with our bats. Now you see we skipped ahead a couple of days here. So there's only 15 days left now. Steve Chavez is 100% scouted, looking pretty good. Walks per 9, pretty high. Home runs, pitch control, pitch velocity, looking good. The only thing that's low for him is the strikeouts, but I think I like everything that I'm seeing here, and there's still that potential for 84 to 94, so possibly an A potential starting pitcher. So I definitely want to try to offer him a contract if possible. He's looking for 1.4 million. They say 1.9 is the suggested value. 51%. I think I'm probably want to get somewhere kind of like in the middle of both those two, like 1.5 ish. So 1.53 is what I settled on. Fortunately, he was not liking that contract offer. Now, thankfully, we didn't see any reduction in his interest, as it says 54% there, but then it says 51%. So Julio Salazar, though, we had him at 90% scout. I felt fully confident with him. We go ahead and get him signed up to a contract. We come back the next 3 days with Steve Chavez getting another opportunity. This time I'll raise it up just a little bit more, up to 1.6 million this time. He goes ahead and agrees and goes ahead and joins the team. And now we're down to our final 3. Santiago Nieve with 60% scouted. Chris Amaros, who has only 36% interest, and Kevin Acosta with 79% interest. And after 3 days and getting 30%, I just say why not? Let's offer him a contract. He doesn't want much money anyway, only 200 and something K. let's go ahead and get him on the team because I'll get more interest percentage for the one that's at 30%. So Santiago Neves, same thing, 70%. I feel like it's good enough. You're just a reliever. I'm fine with that. So what we end up doing is running it to the end to really get that interest level up to see if we can sign out our final player. But as you can see here, we had a chance to go ahead and close things out. We don't end up doing it as we got a couple more critical situations here. Casey Mize actually gets a chance to shut out a game. We were up 2-0. I had to go ahead and jump into this one. We don't get too many shutout opportunities, especially for our young guys. So 97 pitches deep has me go ahead and immediately get Alex Lange warmed up just in case this goes bad. But energy still in the green technically. Bottom of the ninth, facing off against 1, 2, and 3 for the White Sox as Tim Anderson is up at the plate. They're the team that's right behind us in the standings, trying to fight with us to take over the lead in the AL Central. So we got to make sure we keep pushing these guys as far back as possible. Now we got a full count here, 3-2. Not what you want with the first batter. And of course, he's going to keep the at bat going, chopping off a slider into foul territory. Full count. Pops this one, shallow. Green will go ahead and settle underneath it. So I thought it was a long at bat. At least it resulted in an out and not a hit. And now we just need a couple of quick ones. We got Iglesias here. 1-1 count, 1 out. Chops this one. Goes past the shortstop in the center field. Nick Madden is playing out there with the injury to Matt Farling, who's out for a couple days. Looks like they gave him the start in center field here today as they get their first base runner of the inning. Luis Roberts Jr. hating himself for that one as he pops it up to Rogers. Also making an appearance here today. We got a couple of backups in. Got the whole backup rotation or lineup in. As this is going deep out to center field, does Madden have the speed? He does not, as it'll go up against the wall. Easy throw in to keep the runner at second base, but the run will score and the shutout is gone. With that being said, he's well over 100 pitches. It's going to bring in the close. Let's not lose this game. Let's not try to be greedy and get the complete game. Alex Lange, 30 for 31 this season, a 1.96 ERA. Doing great against both righties and lefties. 45 strikeouts in his inning, so he's striking out a ton. And a strikeout right now would be beautiful as Andrew Vaughn chops up on the ground for a 1-2 count with 2 outs. Yeah, I got y'all. Y'all thought you might have struck out on that sinker, but it actually is the 12-6 that gets chopped onto the ground. Jonathan makes the easy play over to first, and we walk out of here with the victory, man. We hold on to win this one 2-1, even further pushing back the White Sox exactly where they need to be behind us. So that way we can continue growth with the rest of the AL Central, man. 8 2/3 innings, not a bad game at all. Only 2 runs to show for 11 hits. We got to play better, but it looks like the whole back of unit was in. Cesar Hernandez was in there. Jake Rogers, Nick Madden, and to only come away with 2 runs is pitiful. Now, as you see, we get back into it, trying to get through the rest of these save opportunities as Maurice Jones comes back from injury, so we will be able to get some more Morris Jones. I don't know why I said Maurice Jones, but Morris Jones gameplay here as soon as we go ahead and immediately throw my dog right back into the lineup. Of course, we got to make room for him in the outfield too as well. And there could be some, more trades. I mean, Kerry Carpenter's future in the outfield is not guaranteed. Other than that, I think Akil Baddoo and Riley Green are safe, so our outfield is going to be extremely strong. But Morris Jones will go ahead and go back to his right field spot, back to his number 2 spot, and we'll finish out the year at AA. I'm pretty confident. Even if he has a good finish, I'm not going to call him up. We'll probably start up next year at AAA and have the possibility of coming onto the major league level. But we'll have to see how his next year at AAA goes. But he's performed very well at AA. So I can't wait to get some more games in with him. We will be playing with him later in this episode, so make sure you guys stay tuned if you want to see Morris Jones gameplay. But we're going to go ahead and simulate here, man, to the end of the trade deadline. No trades that I wanted to make in this game. But I do with another long hitting streak. We end up losing that game, but I think he does end up getting his hitting streak continued. As we go ahead and go to sign the draft picks, he's up to 57% interest now, 60% scouted. And there's still a chance that he's a B potential. So I choose why not go ahead and sign him this time. I'm not going to let him go. It's a relief pitcher. So, I mean, B potential is the best that you honestly can ask for. There's not too many with A. So we're going to get him signed up and have signed our entire draft class, which also means, too, that we are now able to see what their overalls and potential are. But I'm going to have you guys holding on and waiting just for a little split second as we are going to jump into a game here. Full game here as we wrap things up with Miami. We won game 1 6-1. They beat us 7-6. Series is tied. Let's go for the series victory here in Comerica Ballpark. As on the mound for us, we will have Joey Wentz. 4 starts this season, a 4-1 record. Trying to lower that ERA, getting it below 6 would be a huge accomplishment, considering it's at 7 for most of the season. 1.59 whip, we want to get that lower too as well. And at least have a pretty easy lineup to do it against, as Brian De La Cruz is going to lead things off for Miami. Batting .267 this season. We will see what kind of offense they can produce in here and see what kind of start we can get out of Joey Wentz. I'm expecting, give me at least 5-6 innings maybe about 1 or 2 runs, and then we'll call it a good day, as this is a fly ball out to Green, who will settle underneath it shallow right field. Great play to start things off. We have Garrett Cooper up next. 1-2 count. Swings, chops this one on the ground to Baez, who makes the easy play, throws over to first. Great work. 1-2 out just that quick. Now it's Luis Arraez. 15 pitches already into this at bat, because you can see it's a full count, but great strikeout there to end it. Long first inning, but we're able to make things work. Uri Perez is who we will have to face off against. He's had 9 starts this season, so not too much body of work too as well. But it's done pretty good with the innings that he's been given. 44 strikeouts, 1.2 whip, 3.2 ERA. Now it's just all up to the offense if he's going to get some offense, though, with that 4-3 record. And they'll have to face a tough one today, as our offense is starting to heat up a little bit. You see Verling is now well over 200. Not near the 280 range or 300 range like I think he should be, but not near the 100 range either. As we go ahead and look terrible on that pitch. But we jump forward to a 2-1 count. Gets another chance at a changeup, this time in the zone, and lines it up the middle, just past the pitcher's forehead, as we get a base hit to go ahead and lead off the game. Akil Baddoo is up next, trying to keep this rally going. The first pitch that he sees is a 4-seamer off the plate. This one's going towards the gap back in left center. It'll drop in, bounce over the wall. So automatic double, his 29th double of the season. Continuing his hitting streak up to 13 games now. I think the longest we've seen it go to is like 20, 21. So we'll see how many hitting streaks he's going to have this season and how often he's going to do it. He's hitting well over 300. As you see Jonathan Scope here, pops this one out to shallow right field. We're going to go ahead and test the arm as we get in there. Throw up the line by the second baseman. You don't see too many pop outs to second base being scored on, but when you have 90 speed, you got to try it. And when you got 81 speed, you got to try for third too as well. Just unfortunately, great throw down. And we were not able to make the hit and run work for CJ Cron. 2-1. Gets a 4-seamer to hit going back to center field. The center fielder will give chase and glove this before the warning track. And we're going to stay with our bats here. Kerry Carpenter now moved into the starting lineup after the trade with Austin Meadows. And we'll see if he's able to make the most of it. Batting .292 this season, 7 home runs. Not a bad power bat to have. And just as we talk about it, there goes the power on display. It is gone. Solo home run for Kerry Carpenter. 8th of the season, 428 feet on the distance. And let's go ahead and increase that lead just a little bit more, shall we, as we go up 2-0. Great, beautiful swing there, man. I don't know what it is about lefties, but when that lefty's got power, that swing be looking so beautiful. As we go ahead and carry things to the top of third, now we're going to go back to Joey Wentz and see what he can do with the lead here and see if he can hold it. With the 1-0 count, getting a nice little fly out to Baddoo. Next up is Matt Frazier. In his first at bat of the game with the 1-2 count. Chops this on the ground over to Baez as well. He'll make yet another play. Easy and routine. And we go down to Bo Naylor, the 9-hitter in the lineup. Run through this thing straight through with no base runners so far. This is chopped over to Cron, who will get it and throw over to Wentz. Nice, easy play. So now we're back up to the top of the lineup. Here's the top of the fourth. Going through the second time through the order. We'll see if they've maybe figured something out to try to get Joey Wentz out of his groove, as that'll be blooped out into foul territory, getting down just in front of the seats. And you see there, De La Cruz is third on the Marlins with RBIs, but you can't get RBIs if nobody's on base, right? 0-2 count to him. Swing, hits this out to Green, and he'll make the play for us. Maybe that's 1 out. Garrett Cooper, what is he going to be able to do? Nobody on. Joey Wentz is looking pretty strong. As far as a role for Joey, I think he will probably settle into a role in the bullpen. We have a lot of good young talent and starting pitchers that we've drafted here recently. Of course, we can go and pick one up. But, I mean, if he shows he can stay solid and get that ERA lower, as this is tapped off his glove, he stays frozen. He's not able to do anything with it, and both runners will get on. And we'll have to come back to that Joey Wentz talk here in a second, as now we have runners at first and second. Jazz Chisholm Jr., Mr. Cover Boy, hits this into the gap, left center field. They're giving chase. Verling's going to take the head on this one, as one run is going to come around. The second run is coming around, and Chisholm's going over to third base. The throw will go into third and not in time. Tie ball game just like that. Joey Wentz gives it up. 7th triple of the season for Jazz, as Jesus Sanchez comes up next. Gets into a favorable hitters count here. 2-1, 57 pitches deep. So he's starting to look maybe a little bit tired second time through the order, as that'll get through for an RBI base hit, and they take the lead here. Just like that. It's easy help, easy work as Miami takes the lead in the 4th inning. And it's still not over. 22 pitches this inning. It can get much, much, much worse. 1-2 count to JD Martinez, swings and misses upstairs. And that is a quick out there. 2 outs. It's on 4th strikeout of the ball game. And with 2-2 to Jordan, he gets some froze looking. Go heat up on that bench as we go and keep things here. Now, bottom of the 6th, he had a clean 5th inning. But he gave me what I wanted, those 6 innings. I mean, one more run than I called for with 3. But as long as we can go ahead and maybe get out of here, as Baddoo gives chase, and that'll get over his head. Lead off double here. But as I was saying, I mean, if Joey can show that he can be a strong pitcher, he might be able to fit into that 4 or 5 slot, or at least long reliever slot if he can keep that ERA even around 4. I'll even be able to take that. I cannot handle a 6 or 7. You will be a AAA All-Star for the rest of your life. Doing that as that base hit gets down in the outfield. Another run looks like it's going to come around to score. They'll throw into second base to keep him at first. And just like that, now we are down 4-2 here. And we just want to see if we can go ahead and try to finish out this inning. We do have somebody getting up and warm just in case it gets even worse. But Jazz flies us out to Green, who will come in tracking that down, keeping the runner at first base. But finally have our first out of the inning. As we're 80 pitches into this thing with Joey Wentz. He's not looking his sharpest here as the second, third trip through the order. As we do get another fly out here, though, from Jesus Sanchez. This time, no run scoring opportunities for those two, as they've already got their RBIs in for the game. JD Martinez up next, 2-2. Gets froze on that 4-seamer. Go heat up on the bench, young fella. As we go ahead and go back to our bats, it's going to be up to them now, whether we get this win or not. Perez is still in the game, 54 pitches through. We already have 1 out in the inning. And there goes Akil Baddoo once again with a base hit line back up the middle. Looking very, very strong this game off the changeup. Not able to fool him there. Jonathan Scope is up next, 2-2. He's got Baddoo on first. Not going to be taken off this time. That changeup was right down the middle. Not able to make anything shake with that one, as that was a perfect home run ball. Gets another chance at a curve there. That's a great diving play, though, by third base. Can we give that up to him? That boy dove out, laid out. I think that is that Jazz, too. Making plays with the bat and his glove, as that boy looked fantastic on that. And now 2 outs. CJ Cron comes up, looking to maybe keep this rally going and maybe even knock Perez out of here with a good hit. Bottom of the 6th now, still down 4-2. 4-seamer up in the zone. This will be lined out in the right field and be gone. That caught me completely off guard. This is his 16th home run this season. A straight laser over the right fielder's head, hitting the front row of the seats. I don't even know if it hit anybody's seats. That might have hit like the little gap in between the seats and the wall, as that is a 2-run home run that ties this ball game up. So at the very least, our boy Joey Wentz won't be on the hook for the loss as we go ahead and go turn things to the bullpen. Anderson Espinoza, well, actually, I didn't even notice, could honestly be a long reliever. He's got, I think, 71 on his stamina, 17 innings this season in 12 games. So, I mean, he can definitely go multiple innings. And I would love to see him be able to hold the door here to also get that ERA with a low 4. Getting a quick early strike here to Jordan Grossans. I think I said that name right. If I didn't, comment it down below. Let me know. Correct my pronunciation. I want to be able to say everybody's name right. 0-2 though. Count though real quick. Swing and miss at the slider low. And them pitches are looking nasty. Espinoza has surprised me. He's had a lot of good outings, a couple bad ones. But as far as, like I said, it's rare for relief pitchers to have a potential, and he does. He might be able to keep his spot on the major league roster after this season. He's not looked too bad. This is chopped over to Wong, who will go ahead and take care of this. Throw over to first. Great play there as we go 1, 2, 3 in that inning. No base runners allowed. And it gives us a chance to kind of keep things moving as they go to their bullpen as well. Braxton Garrett, maybe about as good as, you would want. 34 games, 90 innings. So it looks like they brought in their long reliever. 4.3 ERA. So we'll see what he's got for us. But normally when you have a high ERA coming out the bullpen, that is not good to throw out against the Tigers, especially in a tie ball game. Getting Javi Baez a little confused there on the first pitch, 0-2. There you go. Getting a little bit more patient. Watching that 4-seamer up and outside. Gets another circle change. This one about belt high. Laser out into the outfield, and that is gone. Solo home run, his 11th of the season, out into the bullpen. As that was a lined laser rope yet again, not hitting 400 feet. But it don't got to be deep. It just got to be gone. We take the lead 5-4. I love it, man. Eric Haas will come up next, looking to maybe keep this inning going. As he lines this one out into the outfield, this will get over the head of the left fielder up against the wall, and that's going to be a double right after the solo shot home run. So a chance to get some more runs here off Braxton Garrett. Riley Green up next. He's 0 for 2 on the day, hovering around that 300 average, but at least we'll get this hit that'll move the runner over to third. And with 1 out, it'll be up to Colton Wong to try to get him in. A sac fly will do it here. Just get it deep enough, as that is a sinker up in the zone. He does hit this pretty deep out to left field. And we're going to test the arm and test the speed. Throw's going to come in up the line, and he gets in there standing up with ease. 6-4 ball game. It just keeps swapping 2-run leads back and forth. And let's hope Anderson Espinoza holds the door shut on this one, as this popped up right back to him. He's going to go ahead and take command of this. Great play. Only 13 pitches through, and he's still looking strong. Garrett Cooper up next. That'll be a base hit into the outfield, showing a little weakness. As you can see down below on the ticker, like sometimes we don't be paying attention to that. Look at all the rookies of the month. Corey Howell, rookie of the month. You saw Julio Reyes for the Giants, pitcher of the month. I wonder if we've ever gotten any awards we just missed out on. Like if you guys have noticed down below we won an award, let me know. But let's jump back into this game as Jazz goes in and hits this one deep out the center field. Verlin's going to go ahead and make the play on it, and we go to the top of the ninth. Now, I do want to go ahead and get my closer up just in case things go a little sideways. This is going on his third inning of work now for Anderson Espinoza. 17 pitches, though, not looking at all tired as he faces 5, 6, 7. Jesus Sanchez up 1 for 3 on the day. And we'll see what kind of at-bat he's able to go ahead and get here. So we jump ahead. The first thing that he does is get down 3-0. Have to lay a four-seamer in there. He's taking all the way. 3-1. Watches that four-seamer low. That's a lead-off walk here in the top of the ninth. We're going to keep him in just in case. Maybe he can get a double play here. JD Martinez, 2-1 hitters count. That's a base hit into the outfield. And with the first two reaching, still no outs. I think it's time we go ahead and go to the bullpen, man. Alex Lange, closer. That was great innings of work there for Anderson Espinoza, but now we want to bring in Lange, 32 for 34. That blown save gap getting kind of wider. Just a second ago, it was only 1 game. Now it's 2. But now have that meltdown. This is the time we need you the most, especially with 2 already down. Looks like they're going to try to get a little bunt in here. Jonathan Scope already playing in bunt distance. Throws it over to second to get the middle runner. And that leaves us with the opportunity to still get a double play here with Matt Frazier up next, 2-1. He's choking as Badu comes in shallow into the outfield. That is nowhere near deep enough, and a laser to the catcher. Not getting the runner in that way. It comes down to Bo Naylor. Down to our final strike in this ball game. The 9-hitter has to come in clutch. 2-2. Swing. Pops this one out to Badu, who will trail inside and glove it for the win, man. We are able to come back for this victory. That was a crazy, wild game. I'm telling you, these games be highly emotional, bro. Like when you go down, you feel like you ain't never gonna come back, and you come back and it be feeling so rewarding. We're up 2-0 to start out. They battled back and scored 4 unanswered. We battled back and scored 4 unanswered. And we were able to take this game, man, 6-4, making good efficiency of our hits. 9 hits in today's game. Espinoza getting his 3rd win of the season. Lange's 33rd save. As this was a good team win. Javi Baez gets player of the game, 1 for 3. Solo home run, which didn't take the lead, but ended up pushing it up to a 2-run lead. So I understand it. You see Baez is 11th. Carpenter's 8th. CJ Cron 16th. A lot of RBIs coming in. Wong is at 50. Scopes at 66. And Joey Wentz, a pretty good start, though. 6 innings, 4 earned, 7 strikeouts. I don't think it's good enough for a quality start. But ERA did drop slightly down to a 6.3. We'll have to see how much further it goes. Anderson Espinoza gets down below into the 3s. Now, I told you we would have some gameplay with Morris Jones and to stick it out. So if you guys did, go ahead and comment down below Morris Jones with 3 fire emojis if you made it to this point in the video, man. If you guys are excited to see what Morris Jones is about to do. Matter of fact, I want as many fire emojis as hits that he gets to show me that you stayed all the way to the end of this player lock game. He's batting .269 on the season now. You see in the series he's 0 for 8 so far. So a little bit of a cold slump coming back from injury. But in the top of the first, runner on, it's looking a little bit colder. Yeah, you see 0 for 4 and a strikeout. Average has really suffered since coming back. He chops this one on the ground at first base. Throw, go to second for 1. Over to first, and he got him. I thought he might have had enough speed to beat that one out. But first at bat is a double, grounded to a double play. Have to come back up top of the 3rd. We're up 4-0 though, so the offense isn't slouching around him. And he'll go up against TJ Zuch, who got him to chop out the first time. 35 pitches through this point. Lays over a sinker over the middle of the plate. Maybe might have been a bad idea. This is going to be a slow roller that will get up against the wall and stop dead. So that 81 speed is going to go in and wheel his way on around, sliding into third base for a triple. Great hit there from Morris Jones, 4th triple of the season. Welcome back to the lineup, young fella. Let's continue that growth and development and keep getting better. I don't know if you guys noticed too, when he came back from injury, he was an overall point better. So I don't know if that means he was still training while injured. Maybe that's why it took so long to get back, because he was trying to train and get healthy again. But he comes around to score that time. We go to the top of the 5th, up 5-0 after that. Gets a slider up in the zone. Not much power for him either. 35 power, but 72 contact is going to be amazing. I thought he's going to hit very well, even at the AAA level. Vision is still pretty up there. We're waiting to get that one a little bit better. As that is in on the hands, able to loop this one in the center field off the slider. Nice little base hit there. So we got a triple, single, and after a couple walks, we're able to go to get over to third base. Still no outs. Chop this one over to first base. He'll go to second for 1. Back over to the pitcher for the out. But we will score and run the lead up to 6. Now it's 8-1, top of the 8th, 1 out, and a runner at first base. What does Morris Jones got for us here today? 2 for 4 on the day. Perfectly times it up. That's a 4-seamer about chest, stomach high, and he belts one out of here. It's the first home run that we're able to see Morris Jones hit. I think only his second of the season. 412 feet out into the bullpen, and we finally see my boy actually put up some power. Like I said, not much of it, only 35 on it. But I mean, if we can get my boy in the weight room and he can develop that power too, become a 5-tool player, I love it. Now, he did get one more at bat. We did try to go for the cycle. Unfortunately, I think it was a pop out that he ended up hitting. But we win the game 14-1. A lot of offense coming here from Erie. I think it's the Sea Dogs or something like that. And he ends up being player of the game for the 3 for 6 performance, a home run, triple. James Conley, 6 innings, 7 strikeouts. He put up a great start too as well. You see, Jace Jung went 0 for. Steele Walker went 1 for 4. So offense is kind of spread around. You see Ryan Kedler, who we had sent down to AA, has a 2 for 4 performance, but he's batting 232 down here, so we'll have to see and wait before he gets brought back up. Jones's 2 RBIs gets him up to 28, and Conley, like I said, a great start, great 6 innings of work, great quality start. But with that being said, let's go ahead and take a look at our draft picks, man, and see how well we hit. Highest potential looks to be 89. We've got 3 guys at 89, 1 at 86, 2 at 78, and 1 at 77. But Danny Diaz, the first guy that we got, 57 overall, has good contact. 70 overall, 63 coming in with 68 vision, so he's going to be a contact guru already. We have got a lot of guys with good contact, not a whole lot with power. Maybe I'll make that a focus for next year, but he's going to be a switch-handed bat to come in, starting out at 57 and 86, so probably start at AA. Steve Chavetz, 58 overall, 89 on his potential, so as high as you can get with a B is close to an A. He'll probably see AA time too as well, 58 overall. His per nines are pretty low, especially the strikeout per 9, and Velo is going to be excellent though at 73. Next up, we got Fernando Gonzalez. He's going to start out at 69, 78 overall with his potential. So C there, but great contact, average power, good vision. The defense is something that needs to be worked on, but he could honestly start at AAA. Maybe even the majors. We'll have to see what third base is looking like, but with Jonathan Scope, I doubt it. Santiago Nieve, he ends up being a C potential prospect, 65 overall though. So he could be somebody that starts out at AAA possibly. The hit per 9 is extremely low though, so he might even start at a AA just to maybe try to boost that up a little bit and hope that gets better, because that is going to be terrible. He's going to be giving up hits all day. See Chris Ramirez looking pretty good, 78 potential. Julio Salazar, he'll come in and starting at a 51 overall. Not really much skill other than his defense, so we'll have to get him in the batting cage in the gym, but 89 potential. And then Kevin Acosta, 48 overall, but also 89 potential. Basically everything needs work here for him. I'm not seeing speed, defense, power, contact, vision. So at 48 overall, there's definitely some work to do. Now, some of our other draft picks that we wanted to look at, Sean Estrada, he ends up being 79 potential, 72 overall, so a great opening day starter possibility. Edwin Johnson, 79 potential, 63 overall. He's going to need some work, probably start him at AAA, AA. Joel Maraville ends up being 87 potential, 60 overall. So I think we ended up doing good for our starting pitchers. We got one that was 89 potential. So I'm not too worried about that. Todd Odom ends up being 86 overall potential, 64 overall, and they also got Kenji Mori, 72 overall, 73 potential. So basically kind of where he's at, but not even that good. And you see the best player in the draft actually went to the Cubs, 98 potential. Starting out at 57 overall, Richard Law. We'll have to keep an eye on that third baseman, see when he makes his debut. You also see Buster Kennan there, who we debated on the first overall pick, ended up being 87 potential. So that is not, I mean, I guess that's one better than Danny Diaz, but the starter that we ended up getting with Steve Chavetz ends up being a better overall potential. So let me know what you guys think. Did we nail the draft? Did we hit it? Was it average? What do you guys think? Do you guys think I should have took some of the other players, changed up my draft scheme? And I think next year I'll definitely go with a focus on trying to look for power guys for sure in the infield. to kind of help out with getting some more power on the roster, getting some guys that can hit 30 home runs, 40 home run possibly, and stop focusing. So it's hard to not focus on starting pitchers. There's so many of them that are good and they're all up at the top of the board, but not everyone's going to hit. We'll have to see which ones do. So I hope you guys did enjoy the episode. I will catch you guys in the next one. We'll be getting through the month of August and kind of getting closer to the September call-ups. We're in the playoff hunt though. So unlike last year where we kind of sped through to the end of the season and get to the offseason, we'll slow things down. We're in the playoff hunt right now. Not really sure if it's the World Series year, but I'll slow it down for you guys so we can see what it's going to look like. I'll catch you guys in the next video. It's me, your boy SGG, aka the Game Games, aka SmooveGotGame. And I'll catch you guys in the next video, man. I'm out.